Shawn Naylor, president of Farm Fitness, nationally certified strength and conditioning coach.
You know, there comes a time in every man's life where he must decide which way he wants to go.
As a strength and conditioning coach, it's imperative that I get my athletes into the gym. I need them to lift weights so that it translates to their sports. But now it's time not just to lift weights, it's time to do things that are going to increase the time that we can play these sports, that we can do these things that we want to do.
Now, don't cheat, don't cheat.
And so I was looking for bands and I kept on snapping them and kept on breaking them because of the force that my athletes could produce. So I stumbled upon something incredible. The Gorilla Strength Band System. So when I got the product in my hand, I opened the bag. I was floored at the quality that come out of these bands. I took a risk, essentially, I thought, when I first got it, because I had been so disappointed in other bands that I got before. They all had claimed that they could be interchangeable and that they would never break, and then they'd break and I tried to return them and they would say, no, this is your fault. But then when these bands came in and I looked at them, I instantly knew that these were above the rest. Even if you just look at it, you can tell right away that this band itself is indestructible. Gorilla Strength bands are the best bands I've ever seen. The best bands I've ever had in my hands. Too often, these interchangeable bands that you get slip out. But these bands here, especially with these nice clips that they have right here, you can see. When we interchange this, the seam structure here, so strong. We're not worried about that. Now we can focus on the exercise, what's at hand, the task that we have to perform. No longer is the equipment that we're using prohibiting what we can do. When I first brought these bands to my athletes,
5 more.
They gave me a look as to, Shawn, what did you bring?
2.
I put them through a session, and after the session, these guys are on the ground saying, man, those bands are the truth.
Bitter sounds, drowning portable approaches. For something permanent, I'm steady, ready for the heavy hitting bass lines. I don't waste time forgetting. See, I was brought up by the wolves.
After that first session that we had used them outside, I started using them in all of our workouts.
Get ready for band work, get ready for band work.
I was super set with it because these things can reach movements that traditional weights can't. Here's the thing. I have a ton of athletes that are always competing on the road. And wherever they go, there tends to not be a gym because hotels just don't have the greatest gyms. They either have just a universal machine that's broken or just treadmills that are broken. The Gorilla Strength Band System has allowed for me to train my athletes without even being there. It provides more than enough resistance in any exercise. The thing about these bands is that throughout a continuous range of motion, you always have resistance. But in other band systems, when you get to those certain awkward movements, awkward places, the handle slips out or the handle comes off. With these bands, you can work out your whole entire body. You can work out your calves, your quads, your hamstrings. You can work out your glutes. You can work out your abs. You can work out those hard to reach areas. You can work out your back. You can work out your arms. You can work out your triceps. You can work out even your forearm. With these bands and this system and the things they allow you to do, you can work every single one of those places and still hit them unbelievably. Now, after training all these athletes and all these other people that I train, sometimes I neglect myself. But now I have this system and I come home and I can do my workouts at home. I can do them outside. I can do them indoors. I can do them wherever I feel like doing them. I can do them in a park.
Life, I was ripped by the divine. Wine sipping, ending quick. I never liked
the versatility of these bands, mind-blowing.
Gorilla Strength bands are the truth!
Man's beating heart starts to melt when he sings his song. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I bathe in pleasure while the sin drops off of me. I'm not a doctor, but I got refreshing doctrine. I got the best option. I lay my hands on your wounds and watch you start walking. If you've never seen a miracle, here's a chance to get your noggin righteous. Instead of hype, this song's meant to help. I got words coming out my mouth that your spirit felt.